Rap Delites. Rap Delites. Rap Delites.
The lyrics. Chubb was shit, man. Chubb was completely underrated. We rolling.
He recorded a joint for on the album called 5 Deadly Venoms, and Jay Quan did the 5 Deadly Venoms of MC, like the most slept on MCs, for their technical proficiency and such. And Chubb made that.
Chubb was nice. Chubb was underrated.
Chubb and EST.
EST.
I forget the other three, but yeah, you gotta commend and shout out Jay Quan for his work. You know what I mean?
Yo! Welcome to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats. That is TSK1. This is Chrissy Mack. We are here doing the Rap Delites podcast. No gossip, no cultural appropriation, just that raw shit. Miss Smith ain't here yet, so we're going to continue on and strive to be the best that we can in her absence. What's going on over there, TSK1? Are you ready to pod?
Peace to the Pod Nation.
Yeah, I mean, what's up?
I'm ready. Potted up.
You potted up? Chrissy Mack, are you ready to pod?
I'm ready.
All right. I'm ready to pod.
You fucking goofy bastard.
I am ready to pod. Everybody is ready to pod. Sam is ready to pod. So let's get into it. As usual, we always talk about what we're listening to every week or whatever like that. I don't know if TSK got any pics. He didn't send me anything. He was so busy doing our mixtape that he might have forgot. Do you got anything for us this week?
In regards to what I'm listening to?
Yes, sir.
Nah, I ain't been really listening to nothing.
He ain't been really.
I've been 91, and if I've been listening to anything.
Yo, what was up with the brother you was putting up on the Instagram? Young boy was rhyming.
What's his name? I forget. Oh my God, I'm drawing a thing. Yeah. He's from Philly.
I know.
From Philly.
You was putting it on there. I was like, maybe that was what he was going to talk about, but whatever.
Nah, I wasn't. I'm ready to talk about it, but not as ready.
Okay, cool.
But you know what I mean. Just in terms of I've been kind of in my feelings. I got a confession to make. You know what I mean? That I ain't been truly real with myself and real with the podcast nation and the Rap Delites Nation, all our viewers and stuff.
So you ain't really ready to pod?
Nah, I'm ready to pod. I'm ready to pod. I'm podded up. I'm podded up.
I want to know.
I'm podded up.
Okay. All right. So go ahead. Go ahead with your confession.
I digress. Allow me to continue. I just like some of the. I ain't been real. Some of the questions and some of the issues and things that been happening off season and since we started back. And I was asking my opinion of. I really ain't give a shit about. I've been fronting. It's like I need my sister Emo on this panel to give me a stern ass look.
Yo, Ty, you fronting? Yo, Ty, shout out to my sister Emo.
So I've been fronting and I'm coming clean with it. Like Tekashi 6ix9ine. I ain't really give a fuck, man. I ain't give a fuck, and I fronted. I thought it was like, I got a camera in my face, so I should give some kind of answer.
You don't have to give a kind of. I don't give a fuck as an answer.
I know niggas close to me that live. I share a wall that got issues, similar to or if not worse, as we all do, being from whatever hood you from. I ain't give a fuck. I didn't. I mean, I didn't really listen to his music. Negative Stallion, kudos and congratulations to her, but I ain't fucking listen to her music, so I ain't give a shit about that. I don't give a fuck about Young Ma and her desire to be a young man. I don't give a fuck. I didn't, and it's like, but some of the shit on like a first spin of listening to her album, I thought that was catchy. But it ain't hip hop, it ain't real rhyming, and I honestly didn't give a fuck. So I'm coming clean, and I feel yes, I'm ready to motherfucking pod.
Now that
beast is off my shoulders.
Now you got that burden off. You ready?
So I ain't been really listening tonight.
You ain't been listening to nothing, but you got that burden off your chest, though, right?
I've been doing that.
You ready to pod?
I'm ready to pod.
You ready to pod, Chrissy Mac?
I'm ready.
All right, there we go. All right. I just want motherfuckers ready to pod. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about none of the other dumb shit. You know what I mean? So
I'm ready to go.
So we gonna just throw all our notes away. Is that good? Or we gonna continue on?
I still got my notes from what we plan to do today.
Okay, all right. So we gonna still do that. All right. So you know what I mean? All right. So we gonna get into the shits. So you haven't been listening up with the 91 stuff. So you gonna get in the mixtape.
Nah, nothing like to
Okay.
say that I'm gonna put on this show.
Okay.
I ain't been
Do
really
you
nothing
want
like
to
that.
throw some old school shit in there in the mix that you might have just want to fuck around with, or you just want to skip the Chrissy Mac? Because I know Chrissy Mac ready. She ready to pod.
It's like a music show.
You know what I mean? Chrissy Mac ready to pod.
I'm a shit like
You want us to come back to you?
riding home on the train.
You want us to come back to
You know what I mean? I mean, like compiling my
Your
list.
homework. If you ain't do your homework, you ain't do your homework.
I got the fucking homework. I got the fucking homework.
All right. You ready to pod?
Motherfucker, I'm ready to fucking pod, goddamn. Let's pod this shit the fuck
All right,
up.
do the damn thing. Do the damn thing. Say the thing. Say it.
Nah, I mean,
You want some more of this?
Nah, I don't want none of that shit. I don't want none of that. I'm good, man. That shit is dangerous. It's good. It's quality. It went down real smooth.
Yo.
But in conjunction with the other shit that I had,
We had some of that shit last week.
I don't remember getting home.
We were fucking. I fell asleep on. Like I went upstairs. I don't even know what I did upstairs. When I came back downstairs to join the rest of the party, I fell asleep on the couch. I stayed on the couch.
But down here.
No. In the living room, I stayed on the couch to sunrise.
Yeah, man. I don't remember calling no Lyft, Uber, one of them motherfuckers. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember getting home.
That fucking Duce, that should have put you right.
I
on
woke
your,
up
on your
cotton mouth,
Duce.
all that shit. I was like, what the fuck like happened? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So come on, give me something. Give me something.
No,
Come on.
I ain't been
Give it
listening
to
to
me.
nothing. I ain't been rocking nothing.
This fucking guy ain't ready to pod. Chrissy Mac. Shout out to Chrissy Mac. Always ready and attentive to pod. What have you been listening to, Miss Chrissy Mac? What's happening?
This week I've been listening to, actually, it's a CD. It's in my car, and it's been in my car. It never comes out the CD changer. It's my people, NBS, Natural Born Spitters. They from up, I think, the Boston area. Anyway, they got a lot of albums out, but the Smoke Fest, that's my shit. It was produced entirely by the Snow Goons. You know what I'm talking about?
Natural Born Spitters. That's an ill name.
Natural Born Spitters.
Flashing Knuckles.
What's their name?
Listen, Chrissy be coming with some shit.
I'm ahead.
She be coming with some shits. Natural Born Spitters. Something
Yeah,
came
they
up.
got like 10 albums
Yeah.
out.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's I'll go down to type in Smoke Fest.
What is that
come up.
streaming on?
Smoke Fest.
Is that streaming on all?
I got this. This is on
think
YouTube.
I met them on Twitter like 10
Right.
years ago, and that's how I came across their music.
Natural Born Spitters. I don't see Smoke Fest.
You see Smoke Fest
yeah.
album? That's one.
Or is it Smoke Fest album? I don't know.
That's the name of the album.
That's the name of the album. Okay. Oh, that's scary. That's not it.
But how about try Natural Born Spitters? Last Lyricist Alive.
Okay. Since TSK1 didn't have anything, you know what I mean? We gotta compensate. You know what I mean? It's okay. I still love you, Ty. You know what I mean?
Maybe I pour a drink.
Get some of that Douce
I
up
want
in
none,
you.
I want none of that shit. I'm fronting. I'm fronting. I don't want none of that shit. Maybe later.
That's a different album right there, but that's a good song too.
What's that? This one?
That one with Reed. I think. Is that?
Six Element MBS.
Fight.
With raps, boy, I'm cold like I'm Sub-Zero. It's the
that
Billy
ain't the
game
one I
that
was
properly
thinking
moves
of.
all
That's the one you're
heroes.
thinking
of.
And heroines, perhaps
We gotta roll.
inside your body, treat
We got a pod.
and I'm the man.
Natural Born Spitters.
I got one.
What you got? now TSK want to jump on there, you know what I mean? But normally we're a lot more organized than this, you know what I mean? But we keeping it rolling, you know what I mean? But yeah, so
You type it. Just type it.
We shooting from the hip.
yeah.
NBS.
We shooting from the hip. It's going natural.
See, and then TSK1 came in with that whole
Put in periods. Rant.
I wouldn't call it a rant, confessional.
I don't give a fuck.
That whole confessional, you know what I mean? And now he's rolling with it, you know what I mean? Everything all right over there, Sam?
Yeah.
All right. This we go. We
Gonna
going.
make you think you seen something that you ain't never seen before.
All right. Sam be like looking at us like, yo, what the fuck are y'all doing? You know what I mean?
Can't say that.
Sure you can. You just did. With your eyes.
Jabba dabba do, it's your boy.
No, that's Snoop Dogg. We're gonna have to get everybody computers. You know what I mean? That's gonna be in the budget for next season. You know what I mean?
So it could be queued up.
Yeah. Is this it?
No, that's not it.
So we got a budget?
Is this it?
No.
Well, we pay like union dues.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do. All right. So you got anything TSK1?
Another again, like
Cause that
going
is
back
the
to my I'll share with you since my my co-hosts are busy.
You can put that on.
Like I said, I do love my my Instagram feed. And another artist come across my joint, Spittin' Gems.
Spitting Gems.
Yeah.
That's like some freestyle shit.
I don't know. I don't think it's freestyle, but it's just it's basically Central New York and Puerto Rican.
Of course, he's from New York. Everybody's from New York. The TSK. Yeah, I mean, we didn't even get into the whole Noriega tribute. You know what I mean? That TSK did.
I can't win with these people.
You know what I mean? The whole TSK did. Can we get into? We want to get into that later, or do you want to get into that? You might as well have been listening to
On the
Nori.
show.
You might as well have been listening to Nori.
But I been did that.
N-O-R-E. Nori. Huh?
I been did that.
Okay, that's fine.
So I mean, I went like listening.
Was you listening to Nori when you painted it?
No.
You sure?
I'm quite sure.
Was you listening to somebody from Left Rack?
Probably Akinel.
I fuck with Akinel. I fuck with Akinel. You know what I mean? Absolutely fucks with Akinel. All right, so what was you saying? I'm interrupting people and everything like that. I'm not ready to pod.
Now I posted it on our Facebook page and I did share it on my Instagram. Son name is Spittin' Gems, and it is he just basically shot a quick video, and the video was his seed and his wife, and the joint is just aggressively ill. I was like, damn, I shared it like 6 times and then put it on our Facebook page. So
Okay.
I fucks with dude, and I'm looking forward to see more of these growing artists. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what I like grassroots underground shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Cats who ain't really
Out there.
right.
You know what I mean?
I just love that shit, man, because it's more tangible.
It's organic. You know what I mean? They really out there spitting their life away. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this is me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can feel that. That's dope. All right.
So what you been listening to?
I've been listening to the new Danny Brown joint just dropped. Danny Brown's from Detroit. He got a new joint out called You Know What I'm Saying. Tip did some joints on this joint right here.
What's the flavor like?
It's like it's almost like, remember Dalvin the Dude?
Vaguely.
Yeah. So, but he's a lot more lyrical than Dalvin the Dude or whatever
All right.
like that. And he got some dope joints on here. It's more hip hop than Dalvin the Dude. But it's he plays with his words. He's real like funky with it. Real like funny type of vibe or whatever like that.
How many joints tipped you on it?
Tip did I think like 3 joints on here. One of the best joints on here is a joint called Best Life. This joint right here. This is one of the Tip joints.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
There you go. Cosign.
I heard
TSK1. Ready to pod.
Like these dudes, just look at these names be running into each other. You know,
Yeah.
I shared that.
Yeah.
I posted that. I put that up, and I was like, once I saw that tip there, I was like, yeah, man, because it's all over the tube.
Yeah. This joint is fuck wittable. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's definitely
And
fuck
that
wittable.
beat is ill. I was like, damn.
Yeah. He be saying some ill shit on these joints. He got another joint on here called 3 Tears. Tears featuring Run the 3 Tears featuring Run the Jewels. Dirty Laundry is dope. We got a couple dope joints on here, you know what I mean? And that just came out, so I was like listening to this. I was out last night and I was like listening to this.
You hear that shit? You hear how grimy that beat is, but it's still like still got some highs to it.
I love Detroit hip hop. I love it. You know, I
you
came
were
across
talking about that last week.
Yeah, I've been on it. Wait till you see my 91 picks. But I came across him when he was with Black Milk. He did an album with Black Milk.
Okay. I remember hearing the name. You know, like you said, these motherfuckers come in and out, and it's so much shit going on that you can't grab a hold to them necessarily all the time. You know what I mean?
I put that on our Facebook page, and it's just like
it slipped your mind,
right?
Yeah. So that happens. So I was listening to this. So that just came out, but I was also listening to "Fly God Is an Awesome God" by Westside Gunn. He got a song on here named Batista.
Show's over.
Listen,
show's over. Unplug the mics.
I fuck with these dudes, man.
This fucker's name is Batista.
And I fuck with these dudes. Like I told you about these dudes. I fuck with them. And he got that whole little, almost like Ghost. But it's not like Action Bronson Ghost. You know what I mean? It ain't like Action Bronson Ghost. Like,
what about MF Doom Blue Ghost?
Nah. Because he doesn't try to rhyme like Ghost. It's just a vocal tone. You know what I mean? It's not a lyrical ability. It's a vocal tone.
And Doom did say that he's paying homage.
Yeah.
But opposed to ripping him off.
As opposed to ripping him off like your boy. Like the fat boy.
My boy.
The fat boy. You know what I mean? Fat as shit.
Mountain Dwellers.
Did you fuck with Action Bronson? People would say, I'm like, I would hear church, I'm like, I was liking it because I thought it was Ghost. I was like, damn, because Ghost got a lot of shit.
Ghost got a lot of shit.
So I'm like, damn, this is not. Yeah, but I'm hearing it. I'm like, damn, this sound like a Ghost joint.
Like, if it sound like, who are you to say that it's not?
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes I heard Jones with Ghost, and I was like, it was okay. It wasn't the greatest songs ever. So I thought it maybe just a weak Ghost song. You know what I mean? But it was Action Bronson. You know what I mean? Whatever. But yeah, Danny Brown's, you know what I'm saying, and Fly God Is an Awesome God, Westside Gunn. That's what I was listening to. All right. So we're gonna take a little break. Be right back. More Rap Delites, more Chrissy Mack, more TSK1. All right.
More pod time.
More pod. You ready to pod?
They got my name in there too.
Yo, Mac, tell him what you do.
Yo, this Chrissy Mack. I work in music management. I do web design, and you watching Rap Delites.
Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats, that is TSK1, that is Chrissy Mack, and we are listening to the invincible microphone fiend Rakim Allah, the God MC, who has a new book out. You know what I mean? TSK has the book over there. Rakim, Sweat the Technique. Rakim, Sweat the Technique, Revelations on Creativity from the Lyrical Genius. Is that a fitting title?
It's really light for a hard book. You know how light it is?
Yeah, for a hard cut. You got a hard. Kids, this is a book. This is a hardback book. You know what I mean? They don't know nothing about that shit. Have you been able to thumb through it?
I have. It's beautifully written. It's like real literary. Mm-hmm. And he wrote it. He might have.
Well, he's a writer,
right? And anything,
despite what Mc Serch says.
and probably as things, you know, when you're dealing with books, there is an editor and there is, you know, grammatic correction and
to make
it as literary as possible. But the flow,
like when Peterman was getting his book written by Elaine on Seinfeld and Jay Peterman, and he stole all those stories from Kramer.
After he bought him.
He bought him, but Kramer couldn't say the stories no more.
Wanted him back.
He wanted to tell the stories. Like, you out at a bar, he wanted to tell the story. And Lane was like, you can't tell those stories no more. They ain't yours. He's talking about, but it happened to me. Like, it never did. It didn't happen. It happened to Peterman.
Now we talking about TV.
Now we talking about Seinfeld.
Seinfeld fans here. Seinfeld fans.
TSK got me into Seinfeld.
Yeah, the greatest fucking sitcom.
Yeah, so
back to
Rakim.
Back to Rakim, where we should be.
Where we should be.
The book is beautifully written, man. It's just got a beautiful flow, and the way it's written, he goes into like the prologue and the intro is like it's real poetic. You know what I'm saying? But then he goes and he starts to basically tell a story of his life. You know, and the part where I'm at, I just got it. And I read a couple pages, and he's just talking about him as a him and his siblings as youths, and him coming up and getting into a bit of trouble, and basically finding music. Because they all their family was a musical family. They always had music around, so being actually honing your skill and getting into hip hop, right, and evolving as hip hop came along. So.
All right, that's cool.
So yeah,
he's doing this big tour and everything like that. He was on Wendy Williams, and we saw the clip of him on what is that? Shade 45.
Shade 45
with Lord Sear,
DJ Lord Sear,
Lord Sear, whatever like that. And then Lord Sear was talking to him about the whole. And I think Serch did a video on Vlad.
On Vlad, that was on Vlad. Yeah.
And then Vlad was talking about, he's talking to Serch. He was talking to Serch about a bunch of shit.
Serch is a hell of a storyteller too.
Yeah. So Serch is telling the story about how somehow, because Leo Cohen's was working with Russ at Rush Management
at the time, yeah.
And Rush Management was managing Eric B. and Rakim, and then Eric B. and Rakim was working on Follow the Leader, the album, their second album,
right? And
they were saying Liar Cohen's Leo, or is it Liar?
I
Leo?
think it's Liar. I think it's Liar.
Yeah, Liar Cohen's. Told Serch that Rakim needed some help finishing the album, so Serch wrote "Step Into the AM." Allegedly. Well,
this is all Serch's account.
This is Serch's account that he wrote a verse or the actual song "Step Into the AM" for Rakim. Then he tried to present it to Eric B, and Eric B slammed the fucking phone on him and cursed out Leo Cohen's and all that kind of stuff. And Leo Cohen's subsequently cursed out Serch, saying, "I thought you and Eric B were boys," or whatever like that, and the case may be. So then
you don't sound like him. Like he was leaning into it like a impersonation, like a Cohen impersonation.
And it says they called me Serch, and they didn't. I don't want to get into a whole thing, but So then Lord Sear questioned Rakim and asked Rakim, did he know anything about Mc Serch writing a rhyme for him? He said, you heard MC Serch wrote a rhyme for him, and Rakim basically said that was a lie, and he'll punch MC Serch in the fucking face.
Yeah, I like the way Sear did it because he kind of got around to it towards like the end of the segment.
Yeah,
he didn't come out in the beginning.
Of it,
I like that. I really love the way Rakim came off.
Yeah, he came off. See, but the thing about it is, the way Serch told the story, and it could be a roundabout. Did you hear about this, Chrissy?
Yes, I heard the Serch conversation.
When you first heard the Serch conversation, what did you think?
Well, I already knew that Serch was a liar in the industry. Everybody kind of already knew that, especially with the MC Hammer story and stuff like that. And I forget off the top of my head, but whoever produced that beat for Step Into the AM, that was meant for Rakim. The beat was meant for Rakim. He did not want the beat. So Third Base took the beat and did that song.
Okay.
So Serch embellished, is it the right word?
Yeah.
And, you can the spice story. But, for pathological liars, if you're gonna lie about something, you lie about something small. You don't lie about Rakim, and you think that's not gonna get back to him. Rakim, of all people, you could have ghostwritten for. You say you ghostwritten for Rakim. Yeah, okay, Serch.
And then Pete Nice came on and called him a pathological liar and said he was lying, and they already wrote that song and everything like that, and all that kind of shit like that. It's just like
they was going at it.
Yeah. They was going. Yeah, they was like arguing like white bulls. Yeah. You know what I mean? You fuck They was doing white boy arguing.
Cocksucker.
See, and then I remember like he was like Serch was saying, yeah, you know, Eric B and them, they my boys. You know, we used to ride up to Latin quarters together and this, that, and the other. I was around Preem and them and all that. I'm like, and this is exactly what I was talking. This is the same conversation we had about that fucking Michael Rappaport. Rappaport?
Right, yeah.
You are a guest, Michael Rappaport. You are a guest, Serch.
Shout out to Lord Jamal.
You know what I mean? You are a guest, Serch. Because this is even like, for argument's sake, maybe he was hanging out with Eric B and them. Maybe he was there.
Right.
And in his mind,
yeah, I'm hanging out with
these motherfuckers. But in their mind, they saying, "Oh, that's fucking Liar Cohen's boy. He can come. Let him buy the drinks." Seriously. And I've been around niggas, real niggas that'll let fucking cornballs come along just so they can use them.
Shit, yeah.
You know what I mean? Real niggas who let a cornball roll to use you. And I think that was the situation. Now, cornball, in his mind, he thinking, I'm hanging out. These my peoples, you know what I mean? I'm laughing. I told a joke, he laughed. You know what I mean? But they ain't cool with you. They don't fuck with you like that when push comes to shove. You know what I mean? They might have been in the picture. You might have, like Michael Rappaport got pictures with you was in the picture.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like the motherfuckers was taking pictures with you.
And that's the thing, is like, you don't really know if you being used or not. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But for those early days, and the type of caliber of people we talking about, Eric B and Rakim, and the circles that they ran and sat with, you know what I mean? We talking like some high quality vicious, you know.
Yeah, these are arch criminals. These cocksuckers was arch criminals. Like, these motherfuckers did not fuck around. So for you to be hanging, like, you just thinking of some hip hop shit. Like, them niggas, they just think it's some cool hip hop shit. They don't realize how entangled into the black culture and the streets that shit is. Yeah. That's why when fucking Serch stepped up the fucking Hammer talking about I want to dance battle, Hammer like, get the fuck out of my face. You know what I mean? Because you just think you got the luxury.
I said, I wanted to dance battle with him. It was on some hip hop.
Yeah,
shit.
like I said, you got the luxury to
you got to be able to turn that shit off.
You got the luxury, but he has the luxury to bask in the culture in that fashion. You know what I mean?
In what sense? What do you mean?
Meaning that he doesn't have to go back to the streets,
right,
and deal with that other aspect of the culture.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He could just finger pop and dance and hang out, and then go back to Shamat and all that kind of shit like that, and do whatever he do. You know what I mean? He has that luxury. Me and you don't have that luxury. When we finished rapping and dancing and going to the parties and stuff like that, we still had to go hang out with the same street niggas. You know what I mean? At the same time.
Yeah, you had to live on the same block and cross the same corner.
Yeah, and live by the same rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's one of the things that I always say is one of my favorite quotes, Chrissy, is in Pee Wee Dance from the legendary Rocksteady crew. I heard this, and I can't say this quote enough. I first heard this quote on Tony Touch 45 mixtape.
That's a great mixtape,
came out in 1995. It was one of the like, that shit was like
an album.
Pee Wee Dance on there had a drop on it, and he said, hip hop is a black and Latin manifestation of an oppressed people. It's real depth in that quote and in that singing, because you start peeling back the layers, you go back into a history of something that manifested out of some real dark, ugly shit.
Yeah.
And more dark and ugly shit is still coming from, predominantly poor neighborhoods. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like, New York was a shithole when hip-hop was created. I'm talking about complete blight.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? It looked like, you ever see like pictures and shit like a Baghdad and shit like buildings dilapidated, falling down and stuff.
Like footage of, if anyone's seen footage of World War II.
Yeah, like a war zone.
Like city.
Yeah, cities just dilapidated like war zones, and that's what it looked like. And these motherfuckers like living in it, and that's why graffiti became a big. Nobody give a fuck. Remember we were talking about like writing on walls and writing on buildings and stuff. Like, nobody give a fuck about writing on the buildings because nobody owned them. Nobody gave a fuck about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you would just bomb them because it made it look better than it did. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like Ramon said, I make these things look beautiful.
Trains look beautiful.
I make them look beautiful. You know what I mean? Public property and dilapidated buildings was the same thing. Like, remember we was talking about that Meek shit when dude was talking about Meek wasn't real hip hop because he called the cops on the dude that spray painted on the side of his mom's house or his aunt's house.
I was about to say, nah, that wasn't Rap Report, was it?
Nah, that wasn't Rap Report. That was just like motherfuckers on the internet, just random motherfuckers.
Yes.
Like,
No, that's stupid.
Like, we never would condone writing on the side of somebody's fucking house. You know what I mean?
And real writers, they ain't writing on the side of your shit. Some of them real motherfuckers is.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers don't give a fuck, but by and large, a true writer, they gonna walk past and writers.
Somebody's residence.
Nah.
That you live like some old lady. You know what I mean?
Writers don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so MC Serch, like I could believe, cause I've heard, and I don't. You said MC Serch, a pathological liar. You heard shit like that, but I could believe somebody like Leor, because I've heard slimy, goofy shit from Leor trying to pit people against each other and little situations and shit like that.
He did that with that Dame and Jay shit.
Yeah. So I can believe that Leor had some kind of, you know what I mean, hand in some fucking dumb shit, and he loves Serch. That's his boy. He was probably trying to fucking pull him in to do. I don't know, but it was just a bad look for Serch. You know what I mean?
And it's you know what annoys me, man? It really annoys me that
grind your gears.
It fucking grinds my gears, man. It grinds my gears to an umpteenth degree. But when white men, they try to psychologically, it's just a weak attempt to basically cater to you being a black man or a black woman by saying that they marry a black woman.
Yeah.
The
like
fuck?
that,
Why you?
Who you sliding meat in don't mean nothing to me.
That don't mean shit. It's an insult and it's disrespectful. So what? My opinion of you supposed to change?
Nah.
You don't know how fucking sinister that shit is by saying some shit like that to me.
Yeah, that him MC Serch being married to a black woman means absolutely nothing to me. Like, and I fucked with Step Into the AM.
You know what I mean? Was the shit.
It was a dope ass fucking song. Step Into the AM. And the Cactus album was a decent album.
Yeah,
it was a decent album. You know, I didn't fuck with it as much as I probably could have.
Right.
I bought it. I owned it.
I still got the tape.
Yeah, I own it, but I didn't fuck with it. But
I mean,
yeah, you know what I mean. But MC Serch, you know what I mean, just like even if you did write some shit and it because it never got in Rakim's hands. It never was a thing that, Rakim, even if you did write some shit, why would you even, put it out there? You know what I mean? What is that even about? You know what I mean?
It's just, you can do more damage by just putting shit in the universe. And you ask yourself, damn, so if Rakim was to slap you,
yeah,
you kind of
earned it.
That's a manifestation within itself.
Yeah.
That's the law, dynamic law, the cause and effect. You put some fucking dumb shit out in the universe. now you getting a legend with his hands around your throat.
Or some slapping you like some Bart Simpson shit, some Homer Bart Simpson shit. You see fucking Rakim just choking the life out of MC Serch.
That shit in the news.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now we on Rap Delites.
Yeah.
We on Rap Delites podcast talking about that shit.
Potting about MC Serch getting choked out by Rakim. You know what I mean? But whatever. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So I didn't like it. And it was just a real weird vibe, you know what I mean? And then that whole argument with him and Pete Nice was just went left.
Yeah.
It went completely fucking left.
I think the call was with Pete first, and then Serch called in.
Mm.
But a lot of times, radio personalities, they'll call the other person. You'll have a producer.
Oh, yeah, just to start some shit up.
Because that thing with Joe Budden and Method Man. Method Man was live on the segment, but Joe Budden called in.
What was that?
That was about Joe Budden saying that but Meth wasn't a thorough MC. Mm-hmm. I forget. It was to that effect. Mm-hmm. I mean, not quoting it verbatim, but he said he didn't think he was a really dope MC, and Meth took umbrage to that shit.
Yeah, I can believe that. and Buttons is relentless about that kind of shit. And I, in the crate, now I only getting the whole Button thing or whatever like that. And I remember because my only reference to Joe Budden was that Pump It Up shit. That was my only. Did you ever listen to any of his albums or anything, Chrissy?
That was a dope jam.
I heard a lot of it because I was with somebody that's a huge Joe Budden fan. So I heard there's a lot of
and I know he did that
mental disorder stuff going on.
And I know he was doing a lot of Slaughterhouse shit and all that kind of stuff.
I remember that.
And he after his whole position changed. He wasn't rapping no more, and he started doing what he's doing now.
He retired?
Yeah, he retired. You know what I mean? And I started listening to his shit. I'm like, he was nice. He was real, like on some real rap shit. Like he was like really nice. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, like, that's why he has that stance on things, because he was like really one of those type of dudes that really like was really about that, because he was in there with like those whole M and Royce the 5'9" type of dude. So he was really into that.
The bars movie.
Yeah, that whole bars thing. You know what I mean? So he was really into that. So I guess in that vein, him looking at Meth wouldn't, because Meth wasn't like a bar dude.
No,
he didn't bar you. It was all cadence and charisma and stuff like that. He was dope, no doubt.
Cadence,
but he wasn't like a bar dude. You know, he wasn't like the Jizza was like just fucking.
He was that without trying trying
to like make these colorful metaphors.
And for me,
he was making colorful shit.
We shared this before. I as far back as before last season, that it's my opinion that the so-called bars movement single-handedly helped to not destroy, but it snuffed out a lot of light from just MCs being able to MC.
Yeah.
You couldn't MC no more.
Yeah, you had to
have bars. Yeah. And then with the crack rap, you had to have bars talking about fucking notorious crime shit. Crack
rap.
For me, it got corny. It got corny because like MCs couldn't MC.
If cocaine could talk. I mean, no. What's the new John? What's the new album?
Leatherface?
No, not the Leatherface John. The other John with the Griselda logo.
Square
root of a kilo. Square root of a kilo. Yeah.
That motherfucker's entertaining.
Yeah. And he's a bars dude.
I know.
Yeah, he's definitely bars.
I know.
Yeah. So but Meth isn't that type of dude.
Right.
And I could see he's a rap dude. He's like, he does his thing. He raps.
Yeah.
Hella good, but he ain't a bars. But that's a whole different thing. But we're getting to a whole fucking conversation about that. How we rolling? Where we at, Sam, with this?
We good. We got like 2 minutes.
All right. You want to get into the whole Luke?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Do it.
Luke Skywalker, Luther Campbell. You know what I mean? Uncle Luke. Miami.
Don't stop, get it.
Let me find some Luke. Let me find some fucking
House party shit. I wanna rock.
Yeah, Luke had some shit, bro.
Shit, yeah.
You know what I mean? Luke had some. Remember we was talking about that on the last.
Motherfuckers still play it, of course.
On the last show. And we was talking about me going to the parties and sidling up, waiting for girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Luke, if you couldn't get a dance, you know what I mean, out of Luke, a Luke record, didn't he get sued by Star Wars or something like that?
I don't think he got sued.
Or he told him to cease and desist or something like that. He couldn't use it.
One of those, yeah. But it was them early days of hip hop and the recording the hip rap radio. Not rap radio, but rap records. Just in its infancy, man. You could just do anything. Motherfuckers did anything, man. And then,
but Luke went on his I think it was his Instagram account or something. He went online and he was ranting about the new the Super Bowl picks. I don't know if anybody's saw what happened with the Super Bowl lately. They have picked the halftime show to be Jennifer Lopez and Shakira.
Okay.
And Luke had an issue with that because he thinks that since the Super Bowl is going to be in Miami, that Miami artists should be performing at the Super Bowl, and he made a big thing about it. And he actually, called out Roc Nation, and in particular Jay-Z. He's like, "Yo, you got to fix this." Why ain't no Miami artists? Why ain't Pitbull or Flo Rida or somebody like that on the ticket? I don't.
Did he name them specifically?
I think he did. He didn't, because he didn't say it's not me. Like he's like, maybe maybe these guys or something like that. I don't listen to Pitbull. Trina done.
I thought J-Lo was done.
Put an album out.
You listen to it? You listen.
I'm just naming
But
it.
J-Lo is J-Lo.
That's what I'm saying. But I thought she was done. Like she could, she could put something. She could put something tight on it.
Well, She plus she just got that new movie out.
I'm still asking the question. Why the fuck is J-Lo performing at the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
Because
that don't make no fucking sense to me.
Viewers, they want to keep viewers tuned in. They don't want y'all changing the channel and I think that's why they put who they put on the Super Bowl. That's why you'll never see a Public Enemy at a halftime show. You know what I'm saying?
But Luke makes a valid point. The whole lineup they got to be flooded by Miami artists or all Miami artists. But I think you should tip your hat to the town that you play in it. You know what I mean? I think let's we in your backyard. Let's help some of the people from your town eat too. What's that group? Them chicks that you like that's from Miami?
The City Girls? They ain't gonna have the City Girls at the fucking Super Bowl, dog. They are too. First of all, JT ain't still in jail, and Young Miami is like 8 months pregnant. So they ain't doing that.
Okay, so all right,
they chalked.
Next up,
Ross.
Yeah, why not?
Ross.
They don't got a check big enough for him.
I think the NFL has a check big enough for Ross.
They're not gonna cut it.
How much a second of airtime cost?
Yeah, they got enough money to pay.
They have enough money, but they not gonna cut it.
But I don't think like the average white person watching the NFL don't know who the fuck Rick Ross is.
But that's what now it's starting to make sense.
You know what I mean?
It's some cookie cutter shit.
Yeah, they ain't going to pick like Flo Rida. Motherfuckers in Miami listen to Flo Rida. You got any Flo Rida shit?
I do not.
You got any Flo Rida shit? Any Pitbull shit? Any Pitbull?
I do not.
Any Pitbull? Sam? Sam is the guy.
You peep Flo Rida name?
Yeah, Flo Rida.
It's a Florida.
Very edgy.
Flo Rida.
But I don't listen to Flo Rida. I don't listen, even though they sell a lot of fucking records.
I tried.
They sell a lot of fucking records.
Pitbull is big shit.
Oh yeah, he sell a lot of fucking records. He sell a lot of fucking records. But I know, and the whole J-Lo thing, I don't know.
But you do some kind of performance. It's not rather having a.
And I know they not only is J-Lo doing it, they got Shakira doing it also. And Shakira is a Roc Nation artist.
Course.
You know what I mean?
Like that's what I was getting ready to say. Like Luke is not under the Roc Nation, right?
No, hell no.
Right. He's not under there. And how many people that have performed at Super Bowls were from the city that they performed in? Like, this is brand new. You know what I mean? He's acting like they just broke a rule this year. Yeah. It's always been like this. Because it's not just you in Miami, but the whole country is watching it. How many people is watching this that need to relate to whoever they're having on?
Yeah, you watch probably more Super Bowls than anybody in here. Is that a thing where they have people in that town perform?
Not. It's not. I mean, it's not. But But to a degree,
they should.
In this matter, I think it would be a courtesy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Say. So
you think because Jay-Z,
because you think
because Jay-Z is a part of the whole thing that it should change?
It should change, or that
the policy should change. Like if he's doing something in their town, that it should cater to.
I don't think it should be a policy. I think it's just some gentlemanly shit to do. That I'm in your backyard. I'm eating. I'm earning on your block. I should help. I should wet your beak too.
Yeah.
On some mob shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it's just music. It's just music and entertainment. I think if you're doing, whether you got a marching band coming out. And doing little sequence shit, or whatever, or if you got an elaborate pyrotechnics and a light show, I think you should tip your hat to say we can have a little segment where some Miami artists come out. And
honestly, I mean,
not a policy, just a tip of the hat.
And they picked out J-Lo and Shakira, but that doesn't mean that it's just going to be J-Lo and Shakira that's going to show up. You never know who's going to show up still. You know what I mean? But that's the headline thing. And I know because a lot of times they'll have motherfuckers come out and oh shit, such and such is on there too. You know what I mean? Sure. I've seen that. I think, what was the last year? Last time I think they did it. When were they in Atlanta? It was a couple years.
I don't know.
But I know Big Boy showed up when they were in Atlanta. Remember when Big Boy showed up?
Yeah.
And Big Boy showed up, you know what I mean? No Andre, no, it's just Big Boy, you know what I mean? Showed up and he did a set. I think it's him and Sleepy Brown.
It's like,
So it's not like it won't happen.
and you're right. It's not like it won't happen. Or could, it could still, something still could happen.
Yeah, it
but-
still can happen, especially since Luke is making a stink about it or
Right,
whatever like that. You know what I mean?
right,
Something
right,
can still
right.
happen, you know what I mean? But I mean, yeah.
And I don't think Jay, after this, I don't think Jay would purposely stonewalling because Luke made a stink about it. Now the world is watching.
Yeah. So it's still early. When is the fucking Super Bowl? Fucking February?
Something like that. Yeah,
So what is this?
yeah, we're still time. It's still time. And you never know who might be a more relevant artist than J-Lo and Shakira to headline the bill. They not headliners to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't follow Shakira. I don't know if she's smashing the charts right now.
Yeah,
but I know J-Lo.
I remember. I think I owned one of her earlier albums or whatever.
You heard
like
something J-Lo crushing the charts?
Nah, I ain't heard nothing from J-Lo in a long. The only thing I heard of J-Lo is her doing that new movie Hustlers. You know what I mean? And I ain't even go see that. And you know I'm the movie motherfucking
this
guy.
motherfucker sees everything.
I see everything. It wasn't even now, and I don't want to say. And it wasn't even a thing that I didn't want to see it necessarily. I just didn't want to deal with the crowd that was going to be there at opening night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't want to deal with. I just didn't want to deal with the shits. You know what I mean? So I didn't go check. I'll eventually see it. You know what I mean? But it wasn't some shit I was like,
Speaking of movies, when we wrap this shit, I'm gonna go see that Joker shit.
Joker. Yeah, that Joker shit was fucking.
They already see it.
Yeah, that shit was.
You going tonight?
Yeah,
Possibly.
If he don't get a little more Douce up in him.
Let me lick it up and I fucking pass the fuck out.
Yo, we be right back. More Rap Delites, more Bats, more Christy Mack, more TSK1.
I'm TSK1 and this is Rap Delites.
Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats. That is TSK1. That is Chrissy Mack. We are ready to pod. We are going to get into. We did a segment a couple months back. What was that? How long ago was that?
It was definitely last season.
Last season. All right, that's last season. Yeah. We did a segment last season where we did a mixtape, and we did the 1990 mixtape, and we all did a collection of songs from that year, from hip hop albums that came out that year. So we're going to do that again. We're gonna shoot over here to my man TSK1 so we can get into 1991. What was you doing in 1991?
1990, as I was going, because you hear songs and shit, it take you back. You know what I mean? 1991 was a real transitional year from 90 to 91. It was coming out of like middle school, junior high, middle school, and going to like freshman year high school. So the changes of dealing with that. Then it was a lot of moving around a lot. Moving around, like not having no place to go, homeless shelters and such, and still having to deal with going to school. So it was a lot, and like that was like the time like it became etched in my life, like hip hop, because that was my go-to.
That was your like
right. That was my go-to, and like I do remember where I was at. You know what I mean?
1991. What about you, Chrissy Mack? 1991. What was you doing in 1991?
Oh man, I was doing so much in 91. 91, I was in 8th grade.
Damn. 8th. Yeah.
I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
1991.
Yeah,
because I did.
Yeah, I think I was in 8th grade too. You was in 8th grade too, right, Sam?
Because that's the year I got turntables.
How old as shit? I was like Social Security. Nah, but yeah, 90, because I started high school in 92.
Me too.
92, 93, 93, 94. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So, I got turntables that year.
What? You got
tables? Yeah, I had turntables that year.
Kid Capri?
So we got a DJ.
I mean,
yeah, I used to DJ.
Cinderella?
Oh, you know though, I had the Gemini when they came out with the sampler in the mixer.
I
got that year too.
Oh, that was
a good year. That was the year I won in the Word Up magazine rap contest.
So you had all that? Who was buying you all that? You was spoiled.
No, man, I had to save my money up.
Oh man.
Save my money up.
That's when you know
holiday money, birthday money.
That's when you know you on some, when you go head over heels on some like hip hop creative type shit, when you start buying equipment with your own cash.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I mean, that's when you know it's like it's a Jones.
Yeah. I ain't had 1200s. I couldn't afford them. I had two Gemini turntables, but they was alright.
They was good
For what I was doing. They was alright.
Yeah. Gemini was good. So that's 91. I think 91. Yeah, I think I was just starting to like getting into like rhyming, or like really like wanting to do it. Like on like I probably wrote rhymes prior to that. Like I think I started like wrote my first rhyme probably like, when did Straight Outta Compton come out?
Straight Outta Compton.
That was like 89.
It was 88.
88.
Yeah.
So by the time I got it, it was 89.
Like late 88.
Yeah, so it was like yeah. So it's probably by the time I got it, so it was probably the time I wrote my first rhyme. But by the time 91 came around, I was already like writing and coming up with my own ideas and coming up with my own songs and all that kind of stuff. By the time 91 came about, I think around there, because that was around the time we all started hanging out around
and so like moving like around that time 90. In 91, and then looking at the list of all the albums that were released in that year, I can like where I was earlier in that year, mid-year, and by the end of that year, and that was the year that I moved back down the way, back to West Philly, from
Marion Ave.
Not Marion Ave, Marcoux Street.
Okay.
Street. Shout out to Marcoux Street. All the residents who were displaced from the gentrified areas.
The coup.
The legendary and notorious coup.
Yeah. Ty was a coup boy. So was Miss Smith. She was a cool girl.
She was.
They used to call them. They had name. She was a cool girl.
The coup.
Yeah, Marcoux Street. Oh, yeah, you was from North. You wouldn't hang around Marcoux Street. You know what I mean?
Legendary and famous.
All right, so we're going to get into the 1991 mixtape. We're going to start over there with my brother TSK1. What were your picks for the 1991 mixtape, the Rap Delites 1991 mixtape?
I apologize. Man. Not unlike 1990. 1991, there's more selections in 1991. This year was more as difficult, if not more, to just whittle it down. Even though we added a pick. But
added an extra pick, and we supposedly added an extra person, but Miss Smith ain't here.
1990 we had 5 picks.
Mac.
With this 1991 we added another pick, so we have like 6 picks. So my first pick, and I didn't necessarily get on this first pick, Pete Rock and CL Smooth's The Creator, when it was fresh and current.
Yeah,
you know,
I got onto this after Mecca Soba came out.
Right.
I got this record.
Like you should. The wax.
Yeah, and I forgot to bring my stuff. I wanted to bring my stuff for the show.
You hear that? Hi, you gotta start a mixtape off with this motherfucker.
Cause this is a genre where where Pete was just rapping.
Pete rhyming. Yeah. And he says that CL is on the tables in the video. They switch places and shit.
Yeah. But this was written by Grand Poobah.
Was it?
Yeah.
I remember hearing that a lot.
This particular song, like Grand Poobah this was like early when Pete first started rapping. And then he subsequently started writing this for his own self. But this song was written by Grand Poobah Maxwell of Brand Nubians and of the Masters of Ceremony.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But this is a dope joint regardless. And it wasn't a slight against Pete having this written for him, because Pete was a dope-ass producer. And it was just like
studio rap.
Yeah. Just like, I wonder why he didn't get Corey to write for it.
That's funny.
But if you listen to it, it sounds like Poobah.
Yeah, it sounds like Poobah.
I mean?
Well, maybe I don't know. Rule, you got Now Rule and
Mount Vernon. Yeah, North Shell and Mount Vernon. It's all the same area.
They was just cooler. And then Pete was Marley Marl's DJ.
And all that talking about girls. That was Pooh Bah's shtick.
That was just
Honeys is this and Honeys is that. That was Pooh Bah's shtick. You know what I mean? Talking about the chicks and all that kind of stuff like that. Shout out to Grand Pooh Bah
This right
Maxwell.
here is a motherfucking house party smash. You can't get you can't Project 2-step to that, man. You ain't dancing.
That was the shit. That was the shit. That was the shit.
My next pick, and right here, and it, again, this is 1991. A lot of these songs, they just remind me of going uptown Philly, which is beyond North Philly. Above that, you got West Oak Lane and Mount Airy.
When does uptown start? Like Logan?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's when uptown starts.
Because Logan could be easily considered Germantown.
Yeah, Germantown.
Right, Germantown too. Germantown, West Oak Lane.
Yeah.
Mount Airy and
it ain't north.
Right.
like Sam is from north. Where you from, Sam? 17th and York. That's
I'm
north.
right down the street.
That's north. Norf. You know what I mean? That's north. That ain't uptown. You know what I mean? That uptown was a whole different fucking vibe. You know what I mean? Go ahead, TSK1.
And I dug it because my cousins, it's been in living up there, being, again, like I said, moving around a lot and staying up there, I spent a lot of time at my cousin's house. Mm-hmm. And I dug my cousins. My cousins, Kenny and Kean, they lived in Mount Airy, and we used to go over there all the time. I dug them because they was like cultural. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They was like the first open Muslims that I knew.
Okay.
And I remember sitting at the dinner table one time, and they wasn't eating no meat. And I was like, damn, why didn't y'all eat no meat? I remember my cousin Kean said, because we Muslims. I was like, damn, I don't want to eat meat too. I want to be a Muslim too. Because these are my cousins. They was my older cousins, and I love them and looked up to them. So anyway, one of my first was like coming from out of that daylight and that real cultural, out of that positivity era, is Def Jeff. Def Jeff album. Def Jeff, I forget the name of that album, but the track off that album is Brand New Heavy's Freestyle.
Soul Food.
Soul Food, indeed. Aptly titled, man. And Def Jeff
was a brother from New York.
From New York.
Moved
He was
to
a Flavor Unit representative as well.
Yeah.
He moved to LA. You know what I mean? So I killed two birds with one stone. Get a LA representative and a New York representative as well. You know what I mean?
And them Brand New Heavy freestyles was some work.
This shit was bananas, man.
Them Brand New Heavy freestyles was like hand to hand to me. With like, remember the St. Ives freestyles?
Nah, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I got both of them tapes.
You don't remember when they used to do the St. Ives, the commercials?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
They put out tapes too.
They used to put out tapes, and they was like, because there wasn't no niggas' albums. They was just like some shit set aside.
John, I remember the Ice Cube John.
The Biggie John. They had a Biggie John. They had an Ice Cube John. They had a Rakim John.
I remember those. I remember the Biggie John.
Yeah,
I think I was checking out. I wasn't checking.
Yeah. I think you stopped drinking St. Ives. TSK got posh. He was drinking Heinekens. Nah, he wasn't. He was drinking Heineken.
Nah.
He wasn't drinking Saint.
No, we was getting 40, nigga.
We was getting 40, but not when Biggie and them came out. Once Biggie and them started coming out, you switched your pitch up.
Keep telling me.
That was Chris Stein.
We wasn't drinking pitch up. We couldn't afford it. But he was definitely drinking like finer beers. You know what I mean? Man. Finer beers. The Old English and the St. Ives was out the door.
Of my time.
Yeah, he was drinking finer beers. So yeah, Def Jeff, Brand New Heavy, Soul Food, Brand New Heavy Freestyle.
Another same era, and having exposure to my cousins and them was PRT. PRT, Poor Righteous Teachers, and off of Pure Poverty, Shakila. I remember hearing my cousin Kenny always just talk up Pure Poverty the shit. Remember going up to Cheltenham Mall and the record store up there. I don't know if it was a Sam Goody or not, or what, but I remember copping that tape from up there, and it never fucking stopped. I still got my Pure Poverty tape. This was the shit. I think this was the first Shakila.
Yeah,
in the lineage.
Subsequently did more of them, everything like that. But yeah, this is the shit.
This was the shit, man.
I remember they used to play this at like house parties.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Motherfuckers was dancing to this. This is the kind of shit you dance to in '91. You go to the house party. Do a little, you know what I mean? This wasn't the joint to get the all of the girls on the floor, but this will get a couple motherfuckers on the floor. You know what I mean?
Because they use this for Super Cat.
Oh,
Yeah. And they would spin it with Super Cat too.
But I have knowledge of themselves.
Remember that? They would spin it back with Super Cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
DJ do different shit, but this right here was a pivotal time because seeds was being very important. Seeds was being planted. You know what I mean? That wouldn't sprout until wouldn't give fruit until 1994. But that's a different story. But yeah, Shakila was the shit. You know what I mean?
All right. So what else we got?
Now on my list as a pick and an honorable mention, but is De La Soul. De La Soul's roller skating jam called Saturday, or
it was the roller skating game. I forget how they worded it.
Yeah.
I forget how
roller
they worded
skating jam called Saturday or named Saturday. Nonetheless, Saturday De La Soul, which was one of the illest tracks. But we're not gonna play it.
Yeah, because we're boycotting Tommy Boy Records and the whole De La Soul thing, so we're not going to play that because we're not going to get any tunage to Tommy Boy.
Because you can't not, and I can't not. Excuse my English, add De La Soul to this as a pick on this mixtape, but I'm honoring such a pivotal group. We're gonna mention and add it by name with an asterisk, but we will not play it.
Yeah, we're not gonna play it. So in the selection, what we want to put, we got De La Soul,
so
there, but not there.
Right.
Fuck you, Tommy.
With an asterisk. So, my number 4 is Cypress Hill. And it's not the track that you would think. Cypress Hill offered a self-titled debut album. His hand on the pump. And this shit was funky, yo. You know what I mean? How you gonna some dude got real shit?
Me and TSK1 used to roll with this brother named Mel Banks. Shout out to my brother Mel Banks. And Mel Banks was big on Cypress Hill.
He was.
Like big on Cypress Hill. Like I really wasn't the biggest Cypress Hill fan. I subsequently got into him later, you know what I mean?
I was nuts for Cypress Hill.
Yeah. They was big into Cypress Hill.
I draw skulls and
all that
shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then him and Mel used to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got involved.
You know what I mean?
It happens.
Did you used to smoke, Chrissy?
It happens. I inhaled too.
Yeah.
Shotguns. I took them and blew them too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
You ever been to a Cypress Hill concert though?
I have not.
Ooh, I have a few.
This was his shit, man.
I'm sure it was like smoky.
You ain't even need to bring your own. You ain't even
I'm sure you didn't. It was like.
Oh, it just got passed around.
Yeah. That's a whole nother level of getting high.
That's some worry there. You might patch you some shit, some little sticky. Then
I've done that. You never done that?
Came out alive.
You never went to a. I've been to a concert. Like I remember one time we went to a Wu-Tang concert. Was it Wu-Tang or Ghostface?
Everybody was on it. You talking about at the
Troc? Remember we went to the Troc?
That's why I saw Cypress Hill at the Troc.
Yeah, that was we went to. We talking about smoking just ran, and we was up in the balcony of the Troc hanging out, and there was like these 3 chicks up in there. And we all just sitting around, chilling out, and they got some weed. So I started toting up with them. I ain't know these motherfuckers from Adam's aunt. But I started toting up. And TSK1 was shooting me a look like, I wouldn't be smoking with him.
I wouldn't remember that.
I wouldn't be smoking with him, you know what I mean? But I was getting involved. I was like, fuck it, you know what I mean? You only live once.
Yeah, that was on the Ghostini.
Yeah.
Was it a poetry?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then the other, I think you talking about the time we went to go see Mike Geronimo and
everybody.
Everybody was there.
The Cellar Dwellers.
Raekwon was there, and they was smoking some. Yo, Sam, they was smoking some shit. It smelled like it came out of a fucking camel's ass.
You couldn't get that shit out your clothes.
It stank, Chrissy. This shit stank. You know how motherfuckers.
I think I know what you're talking about because I have smelled that.
You know how motherfuckers like open the bag and you smell it. That shit smell good. This shit didn't smell good.
Yeah.
This shit smelled like they
smelled that.
It looked like it smelled like a camel ate it and shit it out, and they dried out the camel dung and rolled it up and smoked it. That's what it smelled like.
Terrible.
That's why it was called the red zone.
Yeah, the red zone. That was when Jazz G dropped us off and he didn't think we was gonna go in. Jazz like, oh, y'all going in?
Like, yeah, we
going to fuck
Tickets
in.
was like $10.
Yeah, we was going to fuck in. It was everybody. The Cellar Dwellers, Mike Geronimo, Raekwon. I think Master Ace was there. Yeah.
Master Ace introduced the Cellar Dwellers. They came out on his hill. So
and we was in that motherfucker, yo.
It was so many motherfuckers on that. I mean, Nas might have been there.
It was a bunch of motherfuckers there, and it was so fucking hot in there. They was taking like,
I'm pissed off. I can't remember that shit.
They had like bottles of water.
I knew I was there.
Like, throwing it on the audience.
Yeah, it was.
And you could see the steam coming off of the audience from the water they was throwing on the motherfuckers. That's how hot it was in that motherfucker. And they was in there, and it was Ray and them that was smoking that shit.
Yeah.
And that shit stank.
I remember that shit.
That shit stank.
I remember that shit, yo.
But Cypress Hill.
Cypress Hill, hand on a pump. I could not take myself serious without having a Tribe Called Quest representation or my segment in this mixtape, and that's motherfucking Check the Rhyme. I remember where the fuck I was when I copped the Flow in Theory. I was living uptown, took the bus all the way down to Broad Island, the rec store over there, and copped. I was waiting for that shit, man. Got my shit. Yeah, hell yeah.
You fuck with Check the Rhyme, Chrissy?
Yes. Who didn't though? Like, I don't know nobody that's not a Tribe fan.
Yeah. I had
especially this album. I know people that ain't fuck with the first album. I love the first album. But
same here. But
this album, everybody pretty much
this is like reeled everybody in because they got more. I don't want to go far. I don't want to say mainstream. They got more like more hip hop. Yeah, less abstract, more hip hop. Less like on the Afrocentric side and more like New York.
And that's what I mean.
Yeah, more New York hip hop. Yeah. And that Tip started getting into the production real heavy, and it was like this shit.
And what Tip said that the Low End Theory was inspired by Dr. Dre.
By Dr. Dre and the NWA album.
It wasn't a chronic, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't a chronic. It was this is 91. It was inspired by what they was doing with NWA. I think it was might have been he was talking about the low ends, the bottoms, and
right.
all that shit that Dre was doing, and it was inspired by that. So when he heard, he was like, "Yo, I need to get on that type of time." You know what I mean?
Just the way Tip's mind works, man. It's just something else.
Tip's one of those motherfuckers that's out there. Like he pushing.
And dissecting this track, man, you gotta the horns from even the samples that he picked for this track.
Yeah, I used to have I used to have this tape, and I used to play this motherfucker in my Walkman. Like I used to be like just walking around the house with a Walkman playing fucking Low End Theory, like back and forth, and then you turn the tape over and you play the other side, and you turn it back over and play the other side. This was before CD. I think CDs were out, but you had to be like rich. You know what I mean? You had to be like,
I still got this tape.
Yeah.
You was the first person I've seen with a CD.
With a CD player, like in the hood.
Yeah, because you had to actually had the component.
The box and all. Because I was buying equipment.
Wasn't nobody running around and with no.
The Discman and all that kind of. Because I was buying equipment by that time. Like I was just saying, I was buying like speakers and all that kind of shit. So I was getting ready for this. Matter of fact, one of those Johns is up there. I think I still got that CD player somewhere around here. Whatever. All right, we're gonna cut to a break. We're gonna be back with me and Chrissy's picks for the 1991 Rap Delites Mixtape. We'll be right back. I'm Bats.
I'm Miss Smith.
And I'm TSK1.
And you're watching Rap Delites.
Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats. That is TSK1. That is Chrissy Mack. You are listening to Organized Confusion, Walking into the Sun, which is one of TSK1's picks for Rap Delites podcast 1991 mixtape. What do you think about this song right here? Obviously, he likes it.
Fucking bananas, man. This like going hitting the club and going dancing and actually like hitting up routines and shit. You know what I mean? With crews and shit. This shit just take me back to that, man. Just like not not just house parties, but definitely going to clubs, man. This was my shit, and I didn't get onto this particular track till later. This was a double back for me, but this shit was just mind blowing.
Yeah, I got into organized after like
Fudge Pudge.
Well, I got into them
That
like
was the same year.
that was all the same part of the
Fudge
same
Pudge was
thing.
on that album.
But I went back and got into their shit after I got into the Pharaoh's solo shit, and then I like subsequently went back and caught up with their shit. You know what I mean? Just being honest.
No, it shit
what I
happens
mean?
because I remember when Stress came out, and we used to look around like, "Oh, you ain't on this?"
Yeah,
I still got that record.
Shit, you should.
yeah. And I don't know what I was smoking at the time. I was smoking something else.
It happens. It's like
But
plenty of shit.
it's like shit you just don't get at the time. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm with that. I'm like that with a lot of music.
A lot of
you know
shit.
what I mean?
This shit happens, and like those are my picks for this. My entries for this 1991 mixtape. But incidentally, we would be remiss if we did not give a mention that Cypress Hill just recently got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Shout out to Cypress Hill.
You know what I mean? So yeah, indeed, one of my motherfucking favorites.
I ain't even got my joint. I ain't even break out the box. See, I ain't need it because Miss Smith ain't here. You know what I mean? I didn't need my box to give Miss Smith shit. You know what I mean? But shout out to Cypress Hill.
Shout out to Cypress Hill, man.
And shout out to Organized Confusion. Shout out to TSK1 for recapping his 1991 mixtape picks. We're going to shoot over here to my sister Chrissy Mack. What you were listening to in 1991, Chrissy Mack?
1991, I was listening to so much stuff. Let me tell you, it was so hard to pick my list for this. It literally took me all week because I narrowed it down to 25.
Yeah.
And then, it was heartbreaking to take it to 13.
Yeah, it happens like that. Like, you got to come up with your own little system to narrow it down. Like what I'll get into how I did it, but we can shoot over here. What we got with Chrissy?
Yeah, so with mine, then once I got up to 13, I said, okay, there's no way I could do this. I can't rank this. I can't say one is more, I like this better than this, or it was more popular
You
than this.
feel like you slighting the artist.
Yes, I did. And I still feel like I'm
like
slighting
that.
people, you know what I mean? Because I know a lot of my favorites aren't on this list, but the way I had to do it was I just had to break it up because I was never, I'm from East Coast and everything, but I was never stuck on the East Coast hip-hop music. Even back then at an early age, I listened to each region, so I had to pick some from each region to kind of, get my list down to 6.
I kind of wanted to do the same thing too.
And I was into so many things. Like, I was writing raps at the time, I was DJing at the time, and I was dancing at the time. So I like each different song for different reasons for my picks. So my first pick is Main Source Live at the Barbecue.
Yeah, and look, see, once
First
I saw
time
that,
we heard Nasty Nine.
See, I'm fucked up because, like, damn, how could I? Like, let me do mine over. Like,
And this was,
But I put my picks in first, so
yeah. See, but this was. I mean,
I could have picked another Main Source.
Breaking Adams was an awesome album. It had a lot of dope shit. Had Hanging Out on there. Friendly Game of Baseball was on there.
Looking at the front.
Looking at the front door.
With Main Source and Organized Confusion, those two are products of Paul C. And what he brought to like studio engineering.
Yeah, and all that kind of in the SP 1200.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but this was awesome. And everybody always gives Nas all of the esteem for this fucking song. Not for the song, but this is introduction over there. But this is also our introduction to Akinelli, who is also a really dope motherfucker, man. I fucked with Ak heavy. I fucked with Ak heavy, and I got his album, like that fucking album with the Vagina Diner with the bomb. Remember he had the jaw on the Not a Good Sport? When he's talking about
no exit.
Yeah, no exit, Not a Good Sport. Akinelli had fucking joints, and then he had Put It in Your Mouth. Yeah. All that old shit. Like Akinelli was fucking dope.
The fucking Ak file.
Yeah, did you fuck with Akinelli, Sam? You fuck with Akinelli, Chrissy? You ain't fuck with the Ak now.
I ain't gonna drive around blasting
Ak now, but the earlier stuff. Put It in Your Mouth. I can understand you not blasting, but like the bomb.
I played that shit at jukebox one time.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, maybe I shouldn't.
but Nas and Ak was both on this. Nas and Akinelli were both on this song,
and the other
along with Mirage Professor.
And what's it? This is Merciful, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Because it was Ak, Nas, Merciful, and Large Professor. Yeah. And that chorus.
Yeah.
That y'all. Cause this is some real like cypher ass shit.
I remember
that's why I like it so much. That's why I like it so
like,
much.
yo, this shit just like this. Tribe Called Quest, motherfucking Brand Nubian, like all all this shit etched the shit in stone for me. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, this what I want to do. That's what I'm gonna do.
So Chrissy Mack, what's your next pick?
So my next pick is Tupac Trapped. This was his first song that came out, and I'm a huge Pac fan because his spirit, his soul I resonate with that. When I first heard this, like that
Resonate.
Political, you know what I mean? He was on a political, like this song right here about the police brutality, and he's popping back at the cops.
Yeah, this is
like
early Pac shit.
I remember I was calling up the college radio stations because that's the only place you could hear this type of hip hop back then, and I was calling them, requesting this song over and over and over. This was my shit.
Yeah, this is on the Tupacalypse Now album, if you didn't know it. This is also the same album that had Brenda Had a Baby on it and everything like that. You know what I mean? This is the early Pac shit.
Was
you know what I mean?
this pre or during his New York years?
I don't know. This is I believe because I remember Brenda Had a Baby was like shot in New York.
Okay.
The video was like
You know what?
Looked like
it
New
is
York.
because you had Juice came out that year.
So it was probably shot and around there with like that. But I'm sure he had touched down over
that's what
in
I'm
LA
saying,
by the time. But he was always still fucking around over here. You know what I mean? It's just when the shits when the shits popped off. You know what I mean?
Like because he was ground.
Yeah.
You know for them years.
Yeah. So Trap, Tupac.
So,
That's a good choice. You didn't go the easy route where Brenda Had a Baby.
No, because I mean.
Even though that was a dope ass song.
Right, it was a good song, but this is the one that I love.
Yeah.
Like, this is me. I mean, you'll get to know me through my music picks. You'll get to know me. I'm very different.
And that's important with your picks. It's like, you can't, don't front on yourself.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't.
Yeah, okay.
Because I got some stuff that people probably gonna forget about or wasn't even up on.
So what's your next pick, Miss Chrissy Mack?
My next pick is, and rest in peace, MC Breed from Detroit. I always loved Detroit hip hop. Like, I think he was the first one from Detroit that I was up on. Ain't no future in your frontin'. This was my shit.
And,
Still got the tape.
him and Pac was cool with each other. They fucked around with each other. You know what I mean? This is a jump.
His flow on this shit.
Yeah. This is the shit. This is the jukebox. Yeah. You know what I mean?
With that grind, that.
I was thinking this was back in the curriculum.
While you were cutting class. I fuck with this. You fucked with MC Breeze TSK1?
I do. Like, honestly, you start tossing shit on, overboard from your memory. Then you say MC Breed, I'm like, I'm twisting my face up. I'm like, I don't remember it till you played it. Now it all comes back. You know what I mean? I didn't know he was from Detroit though.
Yeah, Flint, Michigan.
MC
I
Breed,
mean,
I
not
thought
Detroit. My bad, not
Yeah.
Detroit. He was from Flint, Michigan. But that region. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Detroit and everything like that. Because that's the same place Danny Brown is and everything like that. So, yeah, that's dope. That's dope as shit. Next up?
My next up is WC and the Man Circle. Ain't a damn thing changed.
I remember WC.
This was my shit. You know what I'm saying? And this song,
How the fuck you pull out WC though?
because I still play too. Like, this is my shit. I still play this type stuff.
Not mad at it, but
I ain't mad at it. But you reached into the bag.
I'm a crate digger. You know what I'm
You
saying?
reached into the bag.
But these songs are in my playlist, like in my phone. Like I still listen to these songs. Like I ain't just pick them for this episode. And you know what? This the first time he brought Coolio out. Remember Coolio verse on here was tough.
Yeah, I remember.
It was tough.
Damn, he was down with Coolio.
He was part of the Man Circle.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah. That was early Coolio. That was before Gangsta Paradise when Coolio just went.
No, his verse on here is tough.
Yeah. WC. I remember when WC had linked up with Cube and Mac 10 and they did the West Side Connection thing. And that was later in the game. And then he did that John the Militia with Gangstar, the remix.
Yeah.
And he tore that shit down. I was like, that made me like oh shit, this nigga can rhyme. He can rhyme like he rhyme. You know what I mean? When I heard him on that shit, I was like, wow.
Shit.
Yeah.
And they did 1,000 malicious.
Yeah, but he killed
that shit
it.
was fucking bananas.
He killed that shit.
Was Militia was initially on the Belly soundtrack, right?
I don't even remember. But I know WC killed it. I don't even remember nobody else's verse. You know what I mean? But I remember that one. Give it away. You doing all that? Yeah, WC
my shit. Like,
yeah, WC. All right.
What's next?
My next song is Sway and King Tech, Follow for Now. And I love this song because, like I said, back in '91, I was dancing, and how could you not dance to this song?
Everybody in the street, get down to the fucking beat.
This has got to be the Sway and King Tech, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this has got that dance shit, just like that Organized Confusion, Walking to the Sun. It's got that that house era, as you know, as house was big, you know, in hip hop fusion at the time. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
I remember this.
You don't remember that?
I remember this.
Yeah, everybody had a routine to this.
I remember this.
Every dancer had a routine
like you were just saying, what you hear it, you like, oh yeah, I remember it. Yeah, this is some like hip hop dance. This is like,
look at the video. They all dancing in the video.
Is you get your school and scrap logo, right?
Yeah, Sway from Sway in the Morning. This was his album.
Yo, I remember this shit. Yeah. But I ain't know this was Sway.
For real.
Like how Sway? How Sway?
That's when you said Sway. That's where everybody goes.
Yo, that's fucking Sway. Cause this is all about around in the. It was all in that like that same era. Say like with that Two Kings in the Cipher. Right. All in that same kind of era.
Cause you had Flavor Unit, Chill Wop G, Def Jeff who introduced his 3 dances.
Yeah.
And like dancing became a major component of the live and video or the visual of hip hop. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because I was doing hip hop. I was doing that shit.
If you wasn't dancing, you wasn't doing it.
Yeah,
you wasn't living it. You know what I mean? Everybody.
So you was like hip hop dancing and shit, like
B-girl.
Yeah. I was doing all that shit. I wasn't doing like. This was like when I was doing like the Scoob and Scrap shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Something.
Yeah, I was doing something. This shit was going like when you went to the clubs and you had like routines with your whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We had routines.
I wasn't that level. I wasn't that level. I could do my little thing on the slide, you know what I mean, and do a little jig and that was it. But damn, I remember this shit. Wow. Fuck. Yeah. You just fucked my head up with this shit, Chris. You just fucked my fucking head up with that. You know what I mean? Like, you fucked my head up with that. I ain't know that was fucking Sway. I remember the song, but I didn't know. Damn.
I don't remember it. I don't, but it sounds dope. It just take me back to that time.
I remember that.
You know what I mean?
Shit. I remember that.
Because like from 89 to 90 to 91, like you still had some artists that were still influenced by sounds that was just passing or dying, not or it was giving way to a new sound or a new era.
Mm-hmm. Now, see, you wouldn't think that was a West Coast song neither. It was coastless.
I don't think. Yeah, I wouldn't even put that on no West Coast because that's just music right there. But from artists who just happen to be from the coast.
One more pick.
You know what I'm saying?
I got one more pick.
Yeah, there's another one on there.
Yeah. Now, so for my last pick, I loved this album in KMD, Mr. Hood, the album, man. Like,
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for picking getting some representation for KMD. Because I was fucking with it. And I was like, I couldn't choose.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. So, for people who don't know who KMD is, MF Doom before the mask. He was Zev Love X. Him, his brother Subrock, rest in peace, and then Onyx.
Yeah. Who were connected to Third Base. When Third
Base got them to deal with Electric. Because they appeared on the Gas Face. And they got the Gas Face refill, which is my shit too. But I picked this song, and the reason why I like them so much is because, you know, they was not afraid to speak out against stuff. And their second album, Black Bastards, they got dropped from their label because of that album.
Wasn't that the joint with the Sambo?
It was too controversial. They got dropped from their label for that, but they wasn't scared to do that.
I remember that. They got a track with Brand Nubian on that
Nitty
album
Gritty
too. Yeah, I had that on my list too. You know, before I like whittled it down, I was like, you know what I mean. But
I remember them motherfuckers talking about I don't need no pork, so I can't be as cool as my man Dr. York. KM, I got a single one.
I still got the tape. I
got like a vinyl upstairs of a KMD vinyl upstairs.
You
know
got
what I mean? Yeah, I got a vinyl upstairs. I got a lot of shit on vinyl. You know what I mean?
I only got 2 crates left of vinyl.
Fuck with me. I got a lot of shit on vinyl. Like that old hip hop shit. Before I like transferred over to like to CDs, I was buying a lot of that shit on fucking vinyl. It's KMD. Alright, so that's Chrissy Mac's picks for the 1991 Rap Delites mixtape. We're gonna get into my picks, and I'm gonna preface this by saying like we talked earlier about having a system, how you're gonna pick your shit or whatever like that, and everybody has their own way of doing it. And what I decided to do with this go around, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pick shit. Like it was a vast list, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pick shit I own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like records that I actually own, that I have here sitting here. I mean, there was other shit on there that I fucked with, and I liked. I saw the videos, I love the song, but I didn't necessarily own them or whatever like that. And a couple of these joints I got on. Remember the Columbia House joint when you get the free CDs, and they wasn't free. You supposed to pay for them.
Tapes at first, and then
that's where I got most of my tapes from.
Yeah, and that's where I got my CD collection. Like I beginning of my CD collection up or whatever like that. So
you burn them and don't never pay.
Got them.
Never buy no more.
Got them. Got them. Yeah, I mean, yeah, got them. So they had, but when you bought stuff from there or when you got stuff from there, it was like real. It was hip hop, but it wasn't like the underground shit or whatever like that. You know what I mean?
It was stuff that was charting.
Yeah, so the first joint I got on my list is from the Peaceful Journey album by Heavy D and the Boys, Don't Curse.
Yeah.
Which was
was an ill track for that.
Yeah. This had Heavy D, Pete Rock,
G-Rap is on there.
G-Rap, Grand Poobah, C.O. Smooth, all on the same motherfucking song, produced by Pete Rock, and I could get it on for free at Columbia. You know what I mean? Like it was like
a score.
Yeah, it was a score for me. Like it was a dope ass fucking joint. You know what I mean? So that was my first joint on here. I don't know if you fucked with this one, TSK1.
No, fuck yeah, I did. I ain't fucking with it. Fuck yeah, man. Shit.
Because this album wasn't this album was like after T-Roy passed, and like Heavy, you could tell that Heavy had something on his heart, you know what I mean, whatever like that when he actually did the album.
And the times was changing.
Yeah,
it was like, you know, production was getting more grittier, and you know what I mean, and it was like for this to be on that album, it was like, wow, this one it. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. So that did you fuck with Don't Curse, Chrissy?
Yeah.
Yeah, G-Rap. G-Rap was a motherfucker that was known to curse. That was his stick.
That's what was so impressive about it.
Yeah.
This track.
It was dope that you had G-Rap. And then you had Poobah on there, and he wasn't known to curse, but he took fuck and just turned it backwards and called it coof. And he just like
it was clever.
Yeah, it was clever how they did it. You know what I mean? It was dope. It was a dope ass song. If you young kids out there watching this, never heard Don't Curse, check this joint out.
Check it out. And get clever like that.
Yeah. So also from Columbia, I got for free, got it for the cuff. You know what I mean? Was Jazzy Jeff from the Fresh Prince home base.
I had that.
You know what I mean? So I threw Summertime on there I threw Summertime on here because it was a dope song. Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Mine's just a Philadelphia Summertime, whatever like that. But I remember it was a thing going around, and people were saying that Rakim ghost wrote this song for Fresh Prince.
Really?
Yeah. Because, you know, Fresh Prince sounded different on this song than he sounded on other Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince on. It was more a slower flow, whatever like that. And people were saying that Rakim wrote Summertime for Fresh Prince.
I don't remember hearing that, but that's absurd.
Yeah. But Rakim said, nah, I didn't write it.
He never goes through for nobody.
Yeah, Rakim said, nah, I didn't write it.
He giving up his.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Rakim was like, nah. He's like, and Rakim said, I heard the beat, But I never wrote anything for Fresh because they was all rush management. They was all rough management. So he like when beats was probably going around, he said I heard the beat, but I never wrote it. I never wrote anything for it. I never had it, and I didn't write it for Fresh Prince. But it was a dope ass John, and Fresh Prince was like impressive on this fucking song because he let you know what we was doing in Philadelphia. If you from Philadelphia and you heard this song, you was like, yeah, you know what I mean? This is fucking dope right here. You know what I mean? Then I shot over. I got another CD from Columbia House. All this in Columbia House. 1991 when I got my little CD player. Right. So I was getting all that shit. Surprisingly, you could find Nice and Smooth's Ain't a Damn Thing Changed by Columbia House because they had that song Sometimes I Rhyme Slow, Sometimes I Rhyme Quick, which is a big fucking hit for them. But I didn't choose that song. I chose Hip Hop Junkies by Nice and Smooth, which is a fucking dope motherfucking song, man. This shit I love.
Thank you again for choosing something that I was fucking wrestling with.
I'll be damn, gag me with a spoon.
Let's pop by
Alice the Goon. We were just talking about that line about Alice the Goon. Yo, Alice the Goon, love it, pop. Anybody know?
Greg Nice was ill with his lyrics, man. Like, who says that?
Yeah, who would say that? Like, a lot of y'all motherfuckers didn't even know who the fuck Alice the Goon was. Alice the Goon was this little ugly little character that was in love, man. That was in love with Popeye.
He said, "Who loves Popeye?"
Yeah,
Alice the Goon.
Yeah, cause you remember Popeye used to fight Bluto over Olive and all, and Olive and Popeye was an item.
Yo,
but Alice the Goon was on Popeye. But Alice the Goon was grotesque.
Yo. Anybody who say Greg Nice wasn't an ill MC, man, I gotta take issue with that, man. Like, yo, relax, man. Have some fucking fun.
Yeah.
And Greg Nice was fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then you had Smooth B, who was also fucking dope. You know what I mean?
I seen them. Not the summer that just passed, the summer before that, up at Coney Island for the Video Music Box 35th anniversary show. Mm-hmm. And they closed out the show. They was on stage for like an hour. Yeah, I met them too after the show.
Them dudes, as performing wise, like remember I had the conversation we was talking about Eminem and Nice and Smooth and Eminem not being a greater lyricist battle, like better than them motherfuckers as far as like bars and battling. But if a show was on a Friday night and Nice and Smooth was at one venue on one side of the street and Eminem was at a venue on another side, I'm going to see Nice and Smooth. I don't know about anybody else.
Shit, yeah.
I'm going to see fucking Nice and Smooth because they going to tear the fucking house down.
And we talked about that on this show.
Yeah.
They going to bring guests, everybody coming out in the audience and on stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
They gonna bring motherfuckers that you ain't expect to be there.
Now, Nice and Smooth was dope on top of dope. Like imagine DeWick without Nice and Smooth, without Greg Nice. Imagine DeWick without Greg Nice.
Right. They did that.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't even be it wouldn't even be nothing to even listen to.
And it's like, man, these dudes rock with some of the most respectable MCs, DJs, and producers, and
R&B motherfuckers.
Hip hop.
Who did Smooth used to dance for Bobby Brown?
Yeah.
Smooth B was dancing for Bobby Brown.
They one of the most respected groups, and fucking Pac loved them.
Mm-hmm.
When that shit went down, like
yeah.
Like Pac, they was so it's a man.
Hip hop junkie.
Anybody?
Yeah, I was fucking with this. I still got the tape.
Shit, man.
I seen him in concert.
Anybody fun on Nice and Smooth, man? I take issue to that, man.
Somewhere around here. But yeah, so I got that on Columbia. All those first three joints, all Columbia.
What's your next joint? Columbia joint? No Columbia joint?
I think the next joint wasn't a Columbia joint. The next joint, where am I at? I gotta get queued up. The next joint is, and shout out to my man Black, my man Black
the Knife Man.
Black the Knife Man. Black's a DJ, one of the best DJs we know personally. And Black used to sell us tapes, like legit tapes. Like he used to have them, like, you know what I mean? He don't know where the fuck he was getting them or whatever like that, and he would sell them to us, like $5. You get a tape. It'd be some shit you ain't in. Like I remember I bought Donald D from him. Remember Donald D?
I remember.
From the Syndicate. Donald D and everything like that. And he told me, yo, here, take this joint right here. And he gave me fucking Penicillin on Wax by Tim Dog. And Penicillin on Wax by Tim Dog is basically Tim Dog dissing basically dissing NWA, but he was dissing like West Coast, that whole West Coast vibe that was coming out with the fucking glasses and the Jerry curls and DJ Quick and Easy E and Dre. He was dissing them, and this song right here, Fuck Compton, was just unprecedented. Like, who the fuck puts out a record like this? He wasn't even like a big artist, and he dissed the whole city. And this song was produced by Said G from Ultramagnetic, because he was down with their whole crew, whatever like that. They from the Bronx, South Bronx, whatever like that. So fuck, he had another joint on here called Step Timmy, which was also fucking was on the shit. I remember Step Timmy. Yeah, he also was he did from the whole album. Yeah, the whole entire album, the whole Penicillin No Wax album. He did.
Tim Dog passed away, didn't he?
I think he might have. But this was real fucking. It's hard. He was coming at them fucking hard. You know what I mean? He didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Dope as shit. Fucking Tim Dog.
Yeah, I fucked with Tim Dog, and like, I mean, I ain't fuck with him hard with this, but.
It was just funny to me. This shit was funny to me. And as a kid, I was like about to go into high school. It was just like funny. Like he was just coming at their neck.
Yeah, this shit was funny.
Fuck Compton. Like this dude is just vicious. So I jumped off of Tim Dog. You know what I mean? And Black, like I said, Black was always giving us new shit to listen to. So I went over to Blue Cheese.
They were on my list too.
By the UMCs.
All the shit. Yo, it's on my little notebook. All the shit that both you picked that I was fucking with, I had this written down.
I had a different song picked though, but I had this album on there.
And I like, and he like Black, like this was like shit that he was like having to talk, you know, yo, check this out. Cause I guess he was like grooming us to like listening to other shit or whatever like that. You know what I mean? So it was like, here, check this joint out right here. Check this joint out. UMC's, Fruits of Nature, Blue Cheese, and these motherfuckers was about that life.
That shit right here.
Yeah. So,
needed this to be represented on this mixtape, man. Yo, this like right here, this is just one of the illest tracks to dance to, man. Just like whether you two-stepping, you know, heavy routine, spinning, flipping, all that shit, man. This is a dope ass track, man. UMC, they fucking when they came out with this shit. Oh my god, man. This was when and Living Color was bumping when they came out, because I think they was featured on the show. They was like, you know, the guests on the show.
Yeah, they was dope. So I skipped off of UMC's and I got a twofer with my last pick. The last pick was on the Juice soundtrack, but it was also on the Naughty by Nature album, which is Uptown Anthem.
It wasn't on the original.
It wasn't on their first release,
right,
but they subsequently put it back on the album, or put it on the album when they started releasing it or whatever like that.
Yeah, that's a nice little way
to like sneak it in there and get like two for one, John. But this shit right here, because it harkens back to the Juice movie, which I love. I saw that shit like 5 times in the theaters. You know what I mean? And this track was just like, I was like, what? When I heard it, I heard the track, and I was like, and I had the Naughty by Nature album.
Like, yo, why they ain't on
that? I'm like, I ain't got that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't got that shit. I don't got that. I was pissed off.
I'm like, yo, why that's not on that?
The highest place of festivity, I was pissed off. I was like, yo, what the fuck y'all ain't got that on the motherfucking album for? I need that. I need that poppin'.
Shit was fucking posting.
Yeah.
This shit came out. This shit was like, what?
And Pac was in the video.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, it was fucking working. Tretch, Pac, New York, Jersey, Juice soundtrack would just fucking change my life.
See, I didn't put this in my picks because I knew somebody was gonna pick it.
That's why I be hoping too. I be like, yo, we can deliberate. You know what I mean? And like, trade tracks and shit.
This shit was just dope. I fucked with it all day. And then this was like Vin Rock finally got like on a joint on the video, and he was doing his thing. I'm like, yeah, that dude round too. Give him one, because he was on the album.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he didn't get a whole lot of shine. People
Right,
didn't
right,
know
right.
like that Vin Rock rhymed and everything like that. So it's just dope, man. Fucking Vin Rock, Tretch. And Tretch is so underrated as an MC, especially in that era. You know what I mean? That I just needed to get him as like flowers on this
He was
genre.
vicious.
He was
vicious. One of my favorite songs is Joke the Joker.
Yoke the Joker, Strike a Nerve. You can almost pick anything off of that album. Not the obvious shit, not OPP and everything gonna be alright. But all the rest of that shit that was on that album just so fucking dope, man.
It's a start to finish it.
Yeah.
You don't you don't skip tracks on that.
Nah, that was just there. That was from beginning to end. That fucking Naughty by Nature album. I mean, so you know what I mean. That's our picks. 1991 mixtape. Chrissy Mac.
Add yours.
TSK1. You can add to it if you like. You know what I mean? How we looking over there, Sam? We rolling down? You good?
You know, our viewing audience, tune in, chime in on our Facebook page and add your picks from 1991.
Yeah, so that's the mixtape for 1991. I want to shout out everybody that watches us on YouTube. I want to shout out everybody that watches us on Facebook, and I want to shout out and thanks everybody that's watching us or listening to us on SoundCloud now. We jumped the shark with the iTunes thing. Sam hit me up, right? He told me, yo, I can't see the podcast. I'm all frantic. I'm looking on all of the mediums. I'm like, what do you mean? So I can't see it. I said, where can't you see it? He said, anywhere. I'm like, what the fuck is going on out here? But it was like, you gonna circle the iTunes. I'm like, yeah, the iTunes haven't like validated our account yet. Okay. So it's not on iTunes yet or whatever like that, but it will be on iTunes and on SoundCloud and on.
So we growing?
Yeah, we growing. We getting there. We going there. So I'd like to shout out to all of those mediums and everything like that. So you got anything to say, TSK1?
No, man.
Mr. Harvard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, oh, sure.
Yeah, like he went to Harvard. Like he an Ivy League guy. You know what I mean?
I love doing these mixtape things right here because even with the book, Rakim's book, because it just take me back to a year, a time when hip hop solidified itself with me and me with it. You know what I mean? It just take me back to what the premise for me and my involvement with the Rap Delites is that we just fans.
Yeah,
we just fans just expressing some fan shit. You know what I mean? And there's nothing more than that.
Chrissy Mac, you good?
I'm good. Oh, shout out to everybody that watch on IG, because I be chopping the show up and I be putting clips on IG.
Yeah, shout out to Chrissy for that.
I appreciate all the feedback, and I'm glad that y'all are getting a chance to get to know me outside of just me posting a picture with a caption or reposting somebody else's music that I work with. So I appreciate. Shout out to y'all two for bringing me on to Rap Delites.
Thank you, Chrissy.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Shout out to that.
You're the star of a story.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna shout out to everybody doing that and everybody watching the show and everything like that. We're gonna catch y'all next go round. We're gonna end off.
Shout out to Miss Smith.
Shout out to my sister Miss Smith. Couldn't attend the show today. I'm gonna curse you out next time I talk to you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna dig in and give you shit. And I don't want to hear nothing about none of that old bullshit. Yeah, it's a new season, new me. You know what I mean? Okay. I mean,
put salt in that thing?
Yeah. I'm put salt in that wound. You know what I mean? So we going to catch y'all next go round. Rap Delites Podcast. TSK1. Peace. Chrissy Mac.
Peace.
Bats. Peace. Yo, this shit is Sway from Sway in the Morning.
I ain't even getting.
Look at that nigga. Look at them dancing. Like shit. Like that was extra shit. I couldn't do that. Look. When you doing splits, when you at a club doing splits, you doing other shit. Like you done went further into the dancing. Look at that sway. So I can prove an original sound coming to your town. Try to get hip to this. I remember that shit.
Rap Delites. Rap Delites.